Today's toy of choice, Mr. Fox. Oh, his squeaker is broken. Just take it. Just take it. He really does not want to be on camera. But hello, it's JiggyKiddo. Come here, let's say hi. He's in a hyper mood right now. So, oh my god, you see my fingers literally cupping his balls right now? Oh my god. Hello. Say hi again. Just something to take the edge off. So sorry, buddy. Anyways, does anyone else feel like the world did actually end in 2012? You remember the first day of winter in 2012, December 21st, when the world was supposed to end? That was my birthday. Anyways, this is episode 3. That is my slipper. He loves my slippers. This is not your toy. Leave it alone. Look at him. Also, you may ask why I'm sitting on the floor and not on the couch. I prefer the floor. Can you calm down? Oh god, he's got the zoomies now. Right now. Right now. I feel like this is like a tennis match, you know, when you watch. Are you done? No? I think he's done now. Pooped. He's pooped. Anyways, let's get back to it. Does anyone else's thumbs do this? It's called the hitchhiker's thumb. Today, I wanted to talk about, not the difference, but just, hold on, roots and wings. Some people have roots, some people have wings. I am someone personally who has willingly and unwillingly moved so many times in life. The other day I counted it. Now it's been like 23, 24 times that I've moved since birth. Like lived in a different home, moved. And speaking of, I just moved again yesterday. It's okay to be unsure about what is coming moving forward, because that also ties back to me literally talking about going with the flow and listening to my faith in God. And I'm a little religious for sure. I'm a Christian who does believe in a higher power of sorts, of whatever you would like to call it, believe. I believe that what you want to believe is what you believe. There's a difference between someone who has already kind of traveled to and from, or been back and forth in life, or kind of felt like they lived out of a suitcase, versus someone who has lived in the same home since they've been born, and then like they moved not too far from their family. None of them are wrong at all. None of them are bad. They both are great. Something I learned recently, and I love this, there's no right or wrong. There's a left and a right. There's not no right or wrong. There's right and wrong decisions. You know, sometimes the decision is really just left or right. And those ones are trickier. You know the difference between right and wrong. You don't know the difference between like, should I move here or should I move here? Should I marry this person or should I not get married? I personally am someone who has wings. I don't know if that has just become a part of who I am because I moved a lot as a child, or if that's just something I enjoy, that my soul like would rather do, because I do want a home. I do want a family. I do want all of the things that include not staying put, but like staying in the same area. I've lived in a lot of different homes. I have lived in a few different states. I have lived with strangers. I'm going to probably talk more about the wings of it because that's what I know more of. And I want to just share that if you are also someone that feels like you are kind of homesick on a day-to-day basis and you're like, when am I gonna have a home? Or like, where is my home at? You are your home. The corny things we're told all the time, they mean it. They really mean it. I had to learn that the hard way, the uncomfortable way. I also talked about patterns in episode 2. I I came to realize that I had a pattern of moving every 4 years. Not on purpose. I don't know if that's just like my spirit guide's odd sense of humor. And I figured it out because I moved every election. As in, I moved to and from New Jersey to Missouri or whatever state I was going to live in at the time. Like, the big moves that I made were every 4 years. Nothing has to be permanent, and if you want to change it, change it. I don't know, there's a left and a right decision sometimes. Within making the left or the right decision, there's going to be some right or wrong decisions in between all of those. My podcast of episode 2 of talking about shame, or talking about learning what you should or shouldn't be like selfish about, or learning what you can and can't ask for help with, when you should and shouldn't just invest in yourself. So, some of the times that I used my wings to go somewhere else, I was fleeing and not doing the responsible thing. It's okay to want to learn something new, see something new, do something new, or do something you really would rather do, or be around people you would rather be with. Like, if the things that you're moving towards or you're flying to are things that you're going towards for greater things, hell yeah. Hell yeah. But if you're using your wings to flee away from your problems and using them for avoidance, don't do that. Don't do that to your best ability. Try not to do that. Because I have fleed. I have really flapped my wings hard away from certain situations that I should have stood up to, or that I should have pushed through, worked through, talked through. I like to say that the healthy part of me having wings, it has taught me to be so unmaterialistic. The last time that I had my really big move, I left behind, gave away, threw away like 99.9% of the things that I owned. Some stuff that I thought I would never have to part ways with, but I have done that, not to that extreme, but I have let go of my things multiple times. And guess what? I got more shit. I got more stuff. Toes. If you screenshot that and send pictures of my feet to anyone, at least give me some of the money. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again till I get it right. You know, I actually have never heard of the wings thing until my dad told me, because I am someone who is like that. It used to confuse me a lot. I used to question myself. Why don't I know where I want to live? Why don't I know exactly what I want to do? And it's because I kind of want to do bits and pieces of everything. I respect and I understand the consistency and the years of dedication that it takes to work at the same place for a long time, to live in your house that you bought, that you take care of every day. I understand that. Like, that is also, they're different. They're just different. That's all it is. Like, it's not that one's better than the other. That one's like more successful than the other. That one's more normal than the other. No, that one's left. That one's right. That's it. And they say that moving is one of the hardest things that a person can do in life. I have done it so many times that now it has become somewhat easy. Not easy, but it's because I still see it as it being work. It is work. You have to do this, 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 but I will do it. I will get it done. You will get it done. God has a plan. You have, even if you don't believe in God, you will actually figure it out. You may have roots, you may have wings, you could have a little bit of both, or you could have one right now, you could have the other later down the road. My point is also that, like, nothing is permanent, and you can decide to change your mind. You know what also exists? Free will. You can ask for opinions, you can ask for advice, still try your best to just listen to yourself. You do know what's right or wrong. Someone can persuade you. to make a certain decision, but in the end, you made that decision. Yes, they may have persuaded you, but free will allows you to stick with what you know that you want. So I'm also just here to remind you that you know what you believe in. You know what you can do. You know you. No one else knows you. God knows you. Life is not perfect. It will never be perfect. There will be ups and downs. Sometimes you will spin around. Look at my hair already getting so voluptuous. We listen and we don't judge. For those people out there who have wings and you feel a little different about that, you should, because it is different. You shouldn't feel ashamed of that. I think it's actually quite exciting. I think that's actually quite intriguing. You know, even just on top of that, imagine doing all these things and changing and moving and traveling and working and switching and booming and zooming and zipping and popping and booping. And imagine doing all of that by yourself. You will feel so adult. You will feel so grown. Some days you won't. Some days you'll want to call your mommy. If you have wings, spread them. If you get tired and you need to land, take a break. You know, when you're out lost in the middle of the fucking ocean, they say that you know you're safe when you see birds before land. That's because birds don't go out that far where they can't land. They get tired. You can have wings, but just don't go out too far. Don't go out where you can't land, you know? Wow. Freckles on the bottom of one of my toes. Let's find them. Oh, I found them. The third toe. Can you see the freckles? Enough about my toes, and thanks for listening. I'll see you as soon as I can. I'm gonna go eat some beefaroni. I didn't know what to say after that, you know, because, like, what do you say after I'm gonna go eat some beefaroni? Okay, bye. Ciao, ciao. Ciao. I brought someone to say goodnight to you guys, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this.